On the news tonight, Nigerian Army parades 2 suspected peddlers, hands them over to NDLEA for prosecution. Federal government urged to establish places where widows can seek redress against molestation. Federal Road Safety Corps Kwara Command deploys 950 personnel ahead of Eid al-Kabir Festival. Plus, update from the world of entertainment and sports. Good evening. This is the Nigerian Television Authority NTA Ilorin News tonight. I am Abdul Wahid Bibire. Troops of the 22 Armored Brigade Nigerian Army Sobi Cantonment Ilorin have handed over 2 suspected drug peddlers to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya reports that the 22 Armored Brigade troops apprehended the suspects during a snap road block along Lade Kakafu Road in Patigi local government area of Kwara State.
Exhibits recovered from the 2 suspected drug peddlers include bags of substances suspected to be cannabis sativa, benzetol tablets, tramadol capsules, and pills of diazepam tablets, among others. Investigations by the Nigerian Army also reveal that the suspects are long-time drug peddlers and major distributors of narcotics with other illicit drugs. The suspects were immediately handed over to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency.
The suspect are long-time drug peddler operating within Patigi area of Kwara State. It was also discovered that the suspect, they get their supply from northern and southern part of the country. It was also discovered that the suspect, the people that patronize them are usually the criminal who operate within northern part of Kwara State. And whenever they get the drug from them, they engage in one criminal activity or the other.
After the handing over of the suspect and the exhibit, we further our investigation to know the people behind the syndicate.
One of the suspects, Mohammed Danjuma, confessed to being guilty of the allegations.
Nothing I can say because I commit offense. I need to face it.
The Nigerian Army Sobi Cantonment reiterates commitment to safeguarding lives of citizens at all times and also promised to always work hand in hand with relevant authorities to ensure sanity across the country. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the federal government has been called upon to establish a place where widows in the country can seek redress against molestation, assault, and embarrassment. A group of widows under the auspices of St. Barnabas Cathedral Christian Association Ilorin made the call against the backdrop of the year 2023 International Widows' Day celebration. The report. The International Widows' Day celebration began in the year 2011, and this year's celebration is the 13th edition in its series. Addressing a group of widows in Ilorin at the St. Barnabas Cathedral Church and Osaka, the guest speaker described as worrisome what widows are going through after the death of the breadwinner. Widows, according to her, usually go out of their way to keep the family together, and the reason why all and sundry should give them the necessary support.
We want the government to give more empowerment to widows, so that any widow will know where to go for redress.
I have a lot of challenges because their school fees is very difficult for me, both feeding, but most of the time the families, they do help, but now they have changed their characters. So and I thank God I'm doing it by myself.
When there is no father in the house, no umbrella, so many things will happen. People will molest you. It will seem as if there is no other person on the earth.
Orija Bolanle is a hairdresser whose husband died about 11 years ago. The mother of 3 recounts some of the challenges she has been faced with.
They should help the widow now. They have to help the widow. If they want to do the right thing, they should help the widow. The widow indeed.
The celebration was put together to give the widows a sense of belonging and to see how the church can come to their aid.
The purpose is for them to know God, and it's to sanitize them and to make a provision for them when they are in need.
Over 1,000 widows attended this year's International Widows' Day celebration in Ilorin with a lecture titled Violation of Human Rights That Widows Face. The Federal Road Safety Corps, Kwara State Command, has deployed 950 personnel made up of 500 special marshals, 40 patrol vehicles, 2 power bikes, 4 ambulances, 4 private-owned tow trucks, and a 70 tons tow truck to monitor all roads during the Eid al-Kabir celebration in Kwara State. A statement by the Public Education Officer Basambo Olayinka Busari of RS 8.1 Kwara Sector Command stated that the Kwara State Sector Commander, Corps Commander Frederick Ogidon, has deployed personnel for traffic control at strategic locations within Ilorin Township and major cities in the state during the Eid al-Kabir Special Patrol scheduled from 26th June to 1st July 2023. The sector commander admonished motorists to obey traffic rules and regulations, avoid excessive speeding, overloadings, obstruction, use of phone while driving, driving without tires, driving without windshield and wipers, among others. In order to ensure free flow of traffic during the festive period, the FRSC Kwara State Command will organize a public enlightenment campaign mega rally in all interstate motor parks, market advocacy to sensitize the motoring public in Kwara State. The command will also carry out a special patrol operation, traffic control, to ease the road congestion in Ilorin metropolis and all major roads linking the state. In the meantime, as the Muslim festival of Eid al-Kabir draws closer, Muslim faithful have been urged to intensify their acts of worship, such as observing the voluntary fast in the month of Zul-Hijjah, especially on the day of Arafat. The chief imam of Hasbunallah Jumat Mosque, Sheikh Abdul Karim Oloduowo, gave the charge during today's Jumat prayer at the mosque. Ahmad Fulani takes it up from here.
The Imam reminded the congregation of the importance of the first 10 days of Zul-Hijjah and the rewards that can be benefited if the Muslim faithful increase their worship of Allah. His sermon also focused on the need for Muslims to buy appropriate animals to be slaughtered on Eid Kabir Day, which includes ram, sheep, cow, goat, and camel, adding that their intentions are important to Allah. On the day of Eid, Muslims are strongly advised to fast to the Eid prayer ground, give various recitations from the Quran, and avoid vulgar statements. The Imam also reminded them to remember the less privileged among them on the day of Eid. The sermon was thought-provoking according to some worshippers.
The deeds that someone do on those days are very, very paramount in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's uncomparable with any other deeds.
And more importantly, when we are slaughtering the lamb, we should slaughter it with the fear of Allah. And when we slaughter, we should not take the meat as our own personal meat. It should be divided into 3 portions. One for the family, one for the sadaqat, and the other one for those who are living around you.
Always give glory to Allah during this period of Hajj period by praising the Allah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, as much as we could do, and pray for Allah to forgive us all our sin.
The observance of the 2 rakat prayers climaxed the Jumat service. Ahmad Fulani, NTA News.
When we return from this timeout, we will bring you update from the world of entertainment and sports. Stay tuned.
The pain of war knows no tribe or religion. War engulfs everyone, rich or poor. Homes are destroyed, emptied by the darkness of war. During war, everybody loses, nobody wins. The innocent pays the price of our ego with their blood. They are badly affected by a decision they didn't make. Dialogue is the only way out. We are stronger together. We should never separate. We are one Nigeria. Our oneness, our strength, our beauty.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight on the Nigerian Television Authority Ilorin. The Ilorin Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arraigned an Ilorin-based associate pastor with the Living Faith Church, also known as Winners Chapel, Temidayo Eseyin, for allegedly defrauding Landmark University Omuaran, Kwara State, to the tune of 19.3 million naira. Eseyin, a lawyer and former member of the disciplinary committee of the Nigerian Bar Association Ilorin branch, was docked on a 4-count charge bordering on dishonesty, misappropriation of funds belonging to the university before Justice Funsho Lawal of the Kwara State High Court Ilorin. In a petition to the EFCC, counsel to Landmark University Omuaran alleged that Mr. Eseyin was cheating, defrauding, misappropriating, and short-charging his client. The petitioner also alleged that Mr. Eseyin attempted to sell the institution property without instructions from the university, ends the petition to the EFCC. The defendant pleaded not guilty to the charge. Following his plea, counsel to the EFCC, Rashidat Alao, urged the court to fix a date for trial while praying the court to remand the defendant in the custody of the Nigerian Correctional Center pending trial. However, Eseyin's lawyer, Femi Makinde, moved an application for the trial for the bail of the defendant, praying the court to admit his client to bail pending trial. Justice Lawal, while ruling on the application, admitted the defendant to bail in the sum of 10 million naira with 2 sureties in the sum of 5 million naira each. Organized labor has cautioned the federal government against planned hike in electricity tariffs, saying it will increase the burden on Nigerians. Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) said with the removal of petrol subsidy and the unification of naira exchange rates, many Nigerians are reeling under financial pressure. An official of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission confirmed that a review of multi-year tariff order is ongoing and will be implemented from July 1st. The major determinants of the review are mostly inflation rate, naira to dollar exchange rate, and the price of gas. NSC President Joe Ajero, in a statement, said the plan to increase electricity tariff by 40% by July 1st was both insensitive, callous, and reflect an organized indifference to the well-being of consumers, especially the poor ones. We now link up with Tanitoluwa Agboyin for update in the world of entertainment.
Major AJ, who has had impressive years so far delivering bars laden covers on several chart-topping bangers and co-signs from notable names in the music scene, going on to create viral moments for himself, has returned to welcome the listeners into a new musical journey for him as Bad Boy Major with his release. My Own is a follow-up from the successful release of debut project Retroverse EP. My Own, produced by top music producer Dami, is a mid-tempo tune expressing AJ's disappointment in the transaction nature of love in most climes. After releasing his first single of 2023, Someone, Fireboy has returned with a new song he calls Yawa. In his latest single, Fireboy reiterates his resolution to live his life the way he fancies and without sparing a thought to the naysayers and distractors. Tanitoluwa Agboyin, NTA News.
And now sports. Former Manchester United and Super Eagles striker Odion Igalo has advised his compatriot Victor Osimhen to join the Red Devils. Raliat Ibrahim Hasmo on Sport Tidbit.
After a successful season with Napoli, in which his goals helped them win the Scudetto after 33 years, Osimhen has been linked with a move away from the club, and teams like United, Chelsea and PSG have identified him as an option to beef up their strike force ahead of next season. With the 24-year-old on Erik ten Hag's transfer target list, Igalo, who also had a short spell with the Devils in 2020, urged Osimhen to play for Manchester United. Former Nigeria under-20 striker Mohamed Tijani is keen to surpass the impressive performances of his former compatriot at Slavia Prague after signing a long-term deal with the Czech Republic Giants. The 22-year-old recently completed a move from another Czech team, Baník Ostrava, and will join a list of players who had their roots at his Lagos-based academy, Tessis Lion Football Club, to play for the Red and Whites. Raliat Ibrahim, NTA News.
Tomorrow, Saturday, 24th of June, 2023 weather forecast wraps it up on NTA Ilorin News tonight. Thanks for watching. Good evening.
For more news and programs, you can visit our website at www.ntailorin.com.ng. Download the NTA Ilorin app from Google Play Store on your Android devices. You can also watch our news on NTA Ilorin YouTube channel.